Hey, and welcome to my video where I'm going to be walking you through how people are making six figures as a UGC creator or a content creator. So myself, I have already scaled past 5 and 10K months as a UGC creator this actual year. So only this year did I actually decide to enter the industry as a UGC creator. Before then, I was working in different agencies and I just knew about UGC. So I'd become an expert, but I never actually decided to just do it myself. And this year I did it myself, and that was when I saw real success in like my business and like my lifestyle as well. So now I only work like a few hours a day. I have so much more freedom than I did when I was like working in the agency. So I'm able to like travel around the world. I'm currently living in Bali. I have my mum staying out here with me, and literally like she's been out here for the last like 2 weeks now. She's actually leaving today. And I'd say like my work time while she's been here has probably been like only a couple of days a week, because obviously I've just been focused on spending time with her. And like this is the lifestyle it allows me to live. Like I've paid to fly her out here. I have a 3-bedroom villa that I've just like got us staying in. And yeah, this is all done for UGC. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do this. So basically UGC is the art of content creation. So what you're doing is you're creating content for brands, but you're not posting any of it on your own actual page. So you don't need followers. So that's the part that like most people think the only way that you can do well as a content creator is you need to have followers online. I used to think the same thing. Like I spent the first like year while traveling trying to grow my TikTok page, trying to grow like my Instagram page, thinking that like if I wanted to do well as a content creator, I needed to have that metric online of having followers. But then I obviously started working in UGC and I learned that like you can actually make so much money without having a single follower online. You don't need followers at all to do this. All you need to do is literally just be confident enough to make your own videos and be ready to actually, do you know what I mean, just make it happen for yourself. And that for me was it. Like I had both of those things. I knew that I wanted to like live this kind of lifestyle where I could travel around, work remotely, work for myself. Like that was genuinely like the life I wanted to live. Like I just knew I wasn't born to work a 9 to 5. And I also was happy to just jump on camera. Like I was like, do you know what? Like fair enough, it's going to be uncomfortable to begin with, but I was like, I'm willing to do this because one, it's going to push me out my comfort zone. I'm going to grow, I'm going to learn all these skills. But like two, like I actually genuinely wanted to become good at it. Like it's a skill I wanted to develop. So I was willing to put in that time and effort to develop it. And I had already spent time kind of learning about it anyway. So as soon as I was ready to kind of be like, okay, let's try becoming a UGC creator, it was so much easier than it would have been if I hadn't spent that time already kind of like developing that skill of like being confident on camera and just understanding like things like how to clean my camera lens before I take a video, how to find good lighting and things like that, because obviously when you've not created content before, all of that's still very brand new, right? So to break down UGC, basically what you do is you create content for brands for them to be able to use on their pages. So you don't have to post a single thing. So recently I got a comment on YouTube, somebody was saying, oh, but like you don't have any followers on YouTube, how do you call yourself a content creator? Like none of my money I make for YouTube. I don't make any money through Instagram or TikTok or whatever you like, any other platform. I make it all by selling content to brands. So what I do is like brands, I contract myself to brands. So like brands will like work with me on sometimes monthly basis. So I've got a few brands that work with me on a monthly basis. I have a few brands that will come to me every now and then. So just when they need a new video shot. And then I just work with loads of random brands over like the space of a month as well, because I always get like in contact with like a lot of different brands. And I just find which ones I want to work with, which ones suit the kind of budget, like they have the right budget, because obviously now I charge a lot more than I used to. So like I just pick and choose which brands I want to work with at this point. But like UGC is literally just the case of like you're selling content for brands to use for themselves. So you're not using that content. It's actually user generated content. So that's what it stands for. And it basically means that you're creating content with that product or that service that that brand is offering. And usually you're going to give a kind of a review, or you're going to create a video that kind of sells it in some kind of way so that they can use it as an advertisement and they can then get more sales using your video. So you're part of their marketing like funnel. Like they need you to be able to market their product so you can charge for your service, right? And just to reiterate, You do not need followers to do this. Like, you do not need a single follower on Instagram. You don't need followers on TikTok. Like, anyone who thinks that you need followers to do UGC, like, it's not true. Like, you literally just need the right systems in place to be able to get in contact with these brands. And this is what I show people that I teach how to do UGC, like what to do. So I've already taught multiple people how to do UGC, and the way that I teach it is I will basically show them how to be able to, one, create good UGC content. So obviously creating good UGC content doesn't just consist of being able to be on camera. Like, there are certain things that you need to include in the video. So you need a hook, you need the main body, you need your call to action, but it can't just be the very like obvious plain one that it used to be anymore. Like, you need to get with the new kind of way of UGC. And then after actually developing that skill of having good UGC, you then need to have a good portfolio. So it's all about creating a portfolio that, again, is going to make you stand out and is going to make you be that person that gets chosen and the person that they want to work with out of hundreds of different creators that they could choose from. Actually being able to contact these brands in the first place. So a lot of people don't even know where to look. Like, I speak to people who, like, they say to me that they're struggling with UGC. They didn't even know like that you could look in like certain places. They didn't even know how to reach out to the brands. They were reaching out to brands that didn't even want UGC. Like, so many people do this. They reach out to brands that aren't even looking for UGC creators. So yeah, I obviously, it's very important to like get connected with the right brands, and then also negotiate the deals. So obviously there's a lot of brands that will reach out to you and they'll offer deals. And people say to me like, oh, I'm getting like really low balling offers. Well, it's all about knowing your worth, right? So if you're willing to accept an offer for, say, for instance, like $50 for a video, like I wouldn't accept an offer like that. But like when I first started out and when I first started UGC, of course I would accept an offer like that because that was my worth at that point. Like, I was still new to the industry and I was still learning about everything, and I wanted the exposure and I wanted to be able to create them connections. Whereas now, for me, I know how to negotiate deals. So if people come to me and they're not at my worth, then I know how to be able to build that relationship so that we can still try and work together in a way that they can pay an amount that is worth my time, and I can deliver something for them that they're going to be happy with, right? So I think that's a big thing as well. Like, obviously being able to build relationships with these brands as well. So once you create these deals, you create the content for them. Obviously you want to make good content for them. So that obviously is a big key thing. And making sure that you build that relationship afterwards, because then they're going to want to come back to you. So obviously now I have clients that are on monthly retainers. I have clients that come back to me month after month. Like, they'll come back to me again saying like, oh, we want more content, because we build really good relationships. So I think that's a really big thing as well. Like, it's not just creating a content for a brand and doing it as a service. Like, you're really relationship building in UGC. And obviously when I teach people how to do UGC, this is what I show them how to do. So a girl that I taught before, she had the confidence of being on camera. She knew that she wanted this kind of lifestyle and she was ready for it. She just didn't know exactly what approach to take to be able to create a good income from creating content. And to be able to like step into this UGC industry. She just had like no idea like where to begin or what to do. So I showed her everything. I showed her how to create her portfolio, how to create good content. I showed her how to connect with these brands, build these relationships, turn this into a consistent good income every month so that she didn't have to work a 9 to 5 and she could just work this full time. And now she's able to do this full time. She doesn't work a 9 to 5 anymore, and she's literally living her dream life. Like, she's able to travel. She does what she loves for a living. She has all that flexibility, the freedom. She can take days off whenever she wants, the same way I do. And so many people think that it has to be really hard to become a content creator. You have to spend ages, like obviously mastering the field. You have to spend so long building up your following, which obviously you know now that you don't have to do. But it doesn't have to take long. Like, you can become a content creator in like 90 days easily and be making 5 to 10K months, working like minimal hours. Like, I only work a few hours a day and I'm always passing like 5 and 10K months. And this is the power of becoming a UGC creator. So yeah, like I said, I know that this works well because, one, I'm living proof of it. My mum, I flew her out to Bali paid for with UGC. I live in Bali, all paid for with UGC. My brother's now living in Bali, paid for with UGC. Like, it's crazy. Like, I did not believe my life would even be like this. But like people just don't know about it. And that's why I'm making this video, so that you can now understand, and now you have the steps. Obviously, like I said before, you want to be able to make good content, to portfolio, relationships, reaching out to these brands, like knowing how to do all of this. Once you like understand all of this, like you can then be able to do the same kind of things. Like I literally work minimal hours per day, and I'm able to live like this, and I've been able to like teach other people how to do this as well, which is so awesome. So yeah, I hope this is useful. And if you're somebody who is a content creator but you just aren't monetizing it, maybe you're working in the social media industry and you're trying to grow like an Instagram page or a TikTok page, but like you know that like that's going to take a long time, because obviously even then when you do grow it, like you just get paid from the platform if and when a video goes viral. Like it's not consistent income like UGC is, and it's not as profitable and as easy to make money as UGC is. But yeah, like if you're somebody who like wants to step into this, then definitely these are the steps that you need to follow. And especially if you are already in UGC, but like maybe you're not hitting those 5 and 10K months, and you're not being able to travel, and you're very stuck at like a certain pace. Like you want to like revisit the points that I have mentioned in this video and make sure that you're going over everything in here. Like it maybe you're making good content, but you aren't reaching out to brands in the way that you should be, or maybe you are reaching out to brands and you've got loads of brand deals, but then you're not keeping any of them on for like more than 1 month. So like these are all things that you want to be like focusing on, right? So yeah, I hope this video is helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video.